Hi everyone, welcome to episode 6 of the Good, the Bad, and the Utterly video newsletter from the Danni app. I'm Danny Ackerman, and each week I bring you a written newsletter, and then the following week I give you a video update on what was in that newsletter. And this week what I was talking about is how I cannot believe that we are already in March, and I'm so bad at math. 3 months of the year is already gone. It's a quarter of the year, and it's been crazy. And what I have realized is, with all my good intentions and the things I want to get done, there's not enough of me to go around. So this has brought me to the realization that I need to kind of get a little bit more focus on where I can spend that time and make the most money. And for me right now, that means eBay. I know many of you are lovers of FBA in that process, and I do know how to do it, but I don't have all of that time to invest in it. I know eBay like the back of my hand. I love eBay. I love the quirky stuff that I sell. I love teaching other people to purchase that quirky stuff and sell it. So that's really where I'm going to line my focus and stay more keyed in. Doesn't mean I won't do FBA, because I still do. I'm keeping going with that, but on a much smaller scale and less intentionally. And of course, fourth quarter will be where FBA really ramps up, and I get that extra income without having to work extra hard, because I can just send stuff off and still have time to package my eBay shipments. So that's kind of where I'm at. With that being said, I'm hearing a lot of rustling around about how the process has changed for where you send your shipments for Amazon. I know personally, I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we've got Phoenix, a stone's thrown away, and that's where I was always sending my stuff. Phoenix 6 and Phoenix 7 for my oversized. Made the shipping really, really cheap and really, really fast. Now they've got me shipping almost everything to Indy 1 and Cha 2, which I think that's Chattanooga, if I'm correct. That's where my oversize is going now. But everything else is going to Indy 1. So this has actually more than doubled my transport costs and the time. And the time for me is like a biggie, because we went from a 2-day get it there turnaround to now a full week, and that's kind of a bummer. And I know a lot of people are in the same boat, and we don't know exactly what's going on there, but I sure hope that something kind of gives here soon and makes that a little bit easier. Maybe they just needed to get that warehouse filled up or something. I don't know. They have their reason. It's their playground. We got to follow their rules. So if you are selling FBA, you need to keep in mind now all of these additional expenses for shipping your items in. So really watch those profit margins, the competition, and see what the potential is for that to last longer, than a couple weeks of being a hot item, because there is a little bit more happening there. So just really, really watch those profit margins. So eBay. If you have an eBay store, you know that they've been running this special on auction format listing, and this is the first time they've ever done this for us, so this has been really fun. 3 weeks worth of free auction listings. So I hear a lot of sellers really worrying about getting every single thing listed on auction because it's free, and I think that's a very dangerous path to go down, and I'll tell you why. Auction format has changed over the years. It used to be just about anything would sell on auction format. That's no longer the case. Now you want to be careful. There are items that are just never going to be a good auction format item, and you want those things at fixed price. A lot of things that fall into that category are clothing, shoes, purses, unless you are offering it at such a great value at auction that somebody's going to snap it up. But if you want to realize that high potential sell through on those items Fixed price is really where it's at, and I always recommend go even a little higher than you want and add best offer, because people do like to dicker and feel that they're getting a bargain. So what do I like to put on auction? Here's my rules. Of course, the one-of-a-kind, rare items that you can't find much data out there to kind of back up what you should be listing it for, by all means. And I do two things here too. Sometimes if it's just a no-brainer and it's going to go high, start it low, let it go high, get that auction mentality going. If it's something that's going to really require a special buyer to come in, but if they do and you get two of them, oh boy, it's going to sail, I will set a reserve. I'm very, very careful about what I set reserves on, because number one, it is $2 added to your listing cost, and number two, because it does tend to scare away some buyers. So it's got to be used very carefully. But when I use it, generally, I do place my reserve price below what I anticipate it should go for, just to kind of protect and make sure I got at least two people that are going to bump up that bidding. It's worked really well for me. So here's the other way you use that auction format. An item that you know its value. For instance, and this works really good, like it seems to in electronics and cell phones and that kind of thing. If you know, looking at completed auctions, it's always selling for $50, $50, $50, no matter where it starts on auction, then by all means start it low, start it at, and get more people, because it's really a funny thing. Even though they could go over to the next listing and probably buy it now a little cheaper, the fact that they jumped in, got emotionally involved in winning that item, they want that item, somebody's trying to outbid them, and then you get this nice little bidding war going. It's what we live for. So those items are pretty safe to put at auction. Now, there's a third kind. This is if you are willing to take a much cheaper price than what it's valued at. And we call these loss leaders, because what these items do is bring traffic to the rest of your listings. So for instance, you have an authentic Coach bag and you start it for $9.95. Of course, this falls into the second category a little bit too, because it's probably not going to end up down at $9.95, but it may not go as high as if you put it where it belonged. But still, this is a great item that will bring hundreds, if not thousands, of shoppers through your site looking at stuff, and people are impulse buyers on eBay. It's like going through the grocery store aisles and seeing that item over there that you really don't need, but it's right there and you want it and you can grab it and take it home. So that same mentality works on eBay. Get them into your listings through a loss leader. Something that you can start low, gain attention to all of your other stuff. So other than that, my favorite format is fixed price with best offer. And with that, I also offer free shipping. So what this does is I've added the worst case scenario shipping already to the price, plus a couple bucks. And I've bumped up the price even higher than I expect to get. So if I would like to get $50 for an item, and the shipping's going to cost me $10, that's $60. I'll price it at $74.95 or $79.95 and let offers roll in. Generally, the offers will be higher than the lowest I was willing to take, and sometimes they won't even make an offer and just buy it. This happens a lot with international. Their dollar is so strong right now that they just they think nothing. I sold a coat this morning. The coat cost $50 and they paid $50 shipping. So it was $100, but to them it really wasn't as much as that sounds like to us, if that makes sense. So, there's a lot of psychology stuff happening there. And with the best offer, it lets them kind of be in charge of what they pay, and people really love that. And I know you're going to say, oh, but I get all these lowball offers. It's okay. Set your automated declines at a point that's not going to totally disgust you. Don't set it too high that you can't go in and make counter offers. A lot of people really do like to get a counter offer and talk to you about those. So auction's a good format, but let's be smart how we use those auction formats, because this is a test by eBay. We know they love to test this stuff. So be smart. List things at auction that you really anticipate will sell at auction, because what this is going to do to their data is say, hey, this really works. Let's give these store owners free auction format listing. Could become the rule then. This has been historically true with eBay. So let's cross fingers that that's what they're thinking this time. Okay, it's event planning time. So what have we got this year? Well, I'll tell you where I'm going. I know there's other stuff you can go to. This is where I'm going. First we have, I do have to refer to my notes. So we have eBay on Location. eBay on Location, if you've never been to one, it is a jam-packed event. It's about 1,000 eBay sellers, and there's speakers and workshops, and there's a room with all the vendors that you can talk to and hands-on, and so much stuff to take in. It is a great event. I will be going to both of them. Let's see, we have Denver, Colorado in May, and those dates are in my newsletter and on the website. And there will be Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be exact, in September. And I'm really looking forward to that one. If you want to learn how to buy a storage locker, or you want to learn how to get good deals at a live estate auction, we'll be planning both of those events before and after the actual on location event. So stay tuned for information on that. So then in June, we have the eBay radio party. Now this is the go-to event. It's right here in my backyard, so of course I'll be there, but I would be there even if it wasn't in my backyard. This is a very intimate event where you can network with your friends that you meet on the super secret chat board from the eBay radio and all over the internet. And it's a really fun event because it is in one room for 2 days, speakers galore. I'm going to just read off the list here they have this year. It's Mike Michalowicz. I love his book, The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, so I'm excited to come hear him. Of course, we have Griff will be talking about our numbers. We've got Marcia Collier. We've got Lynn Drawley. We've got Janelle Elms. We've got John Colder Ice Lawson. We have Debbie Levitt, Cindy Shebley. Oh, am I forgetting anybody? Oh yeah, Thrifting with the Boys. So this is going to be a jam-packed couple of days of speakers and fun and friends, and you can mingle and talk with these speakers and get your questions answered. I really love it. If you had to decide between eBay Radio Party and eBay on Location, I would choose eBay Radio Party. It's going to be the one to be at. And there will be some special things happening before and after at this one as well. So the Tuesday before will be our Las Vegas Online Sellers Meetup group. We're not sure who's going to be there to talk yet, but we're going to have somebody good because everybody's in town. And then afterwards, the Friday and Saturday, that is June 22nd and 23rd, I am holding 2 workshops. And I'm going to choose only 5 people per day because I want this to be a very hands-on, help you stretch out of your comfort zones for sourcing and selling. And I am going to walk you through every process of the step, and I will have more information coming up on the website this week. So stay tuned for that. But I definitely want to make you grow your business and make some more money with that. So then next we have, last but not least, is Kansas Jubilee. This is a nice e-commerce event. It is not exclusive to eBay. This is Amazon and eBay. And it's just a very, very nice, another intimate event with speakers. Again, there's 2 different rooms, so you'll have to choose which speakers you want to listen to. I spoke there last year, and we'll be speaking again this year, so that's going to be great fun. Griff will be there, and it's in a little rural town in Hays, Kansas, and we have a lot of fun, and of course working on something special right before there too. So stay tuned for all this stuff and watch the website, because I'll have a lot of stuff going up and updating and giving you places to sign up for these things. So with that being said, be sure tune in to the Ask the Danny App show on Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with my co-host Miriam Otto of the eBay Life blog. Go check out her blog. It's really good, and happy selling!